Hey guys, welcome back. It is the end of 2016, and you know what that means. It's time to get into another list video, another top 5 knives video. It's become a little bit of YouTube tradition. A lot of other channels do this. I did it last couple of years, and I'm doing it again this year as promised. What we're going to do is show you my top 5 knives of 2016 and laying down some ground rules once again. These are not necessarily knives that came out in 2016. These are knives that really impressed me in 2016, whether it be because I carried them in pocket a lot and just grew to love them, or because, you know, some other factor just made me go, that's an amazing knife. In any case, it's all stuff that impressed me in 2016. To start off, we are going to go with an honorable mention. So this guy is not even making the list, but it's pretty close. This is the Zon Knives, or ZKC D01 knife in, what is it, 440C steel. I want to say it's made in China, or maybe Taiwan. I can't remember offhand. But G10 handle scales, vibrant blue with this sort of JG10 back here. It comes in lots of other colors. The liner lock is a type of liner lock. What do they have a name for this, where it's sort of embedded into the handle scale like that, or the handle, I guess we'd call it. Good pocket clip, good lanyard hole. Love the big old flathead screwdriver pivot on it. Good balance, fantastic balance to it. That's one of the things I love about this knife, and a cool finger choil up there. So great big broad blade. One of the big problems I had with this, or big complaints I have with this, is that it came not razor sharp out of the box. I did need to reprofile that edge a bit to be happy with it. Aside from that, it's just a really impressive knife. And what's the price on it? It's actually a great price. 70 bucks for what you're getting, I think, is terrific. I think it's a terrific price for what you're getting. And that is the honorable mention of the video. Let's move on to the first actual selection, the first one from the top 5 list. This one might surprise you, but I hope some of these do surprise you, so let's get into it. The CRKT follow-through. Yeah, this one made the list this year. All of the Ruger knives, the Ruger CRKT knives, are, in my opinion, pretty impressive. I like the designs. The aesthetics on them are really great. No Kershaw's made the list this year, I'll tell you that right off the bat. I just wasn't really digging any of the aesthetics on any of the knives they released this year, and so that's why you don't see any of them. I haven't reviewed any of them this year. They just haven't tickled my fancy in any way, shape, or form, but this guy is a really good-looking knife. The price on it's pretty good, 40 bucks. The steel on it is okay, 8CR, I believe it is. I love the pocket clip on it, and no lanyard hole, but that's okay. Cool jimping on there, very 1911 look to it, with the grips going on there and all that. Again, I said it in my review of this knife that I loved what they were doing in picking up some of those firearm themes. This is a pretty nice, affordable knife, great looking knife, flips so wicked fast, super smooth on ball bearing pivots. It's just a joy to play with, and so that's why it's making the list. Again, just kind of gave me some joy this year. We're going to leave this on the screen, I think. Leave that on stage. Gave me some joy, and that's primarily why it is on the list, and it's affordable. Moving on down. What we have next is a knife that I can't actually show you. I can kind of pretend to show it to you by doing a little pretend stuff here. I have to get a couple of knives out here and do this. Okay, so let's say here's the mini, okay, and let's say the one, since I'm moving the perspective a little bit, forcing some perspective here, let's say that's a mini. That's next on the list. The mini grip in 20CV, the -1 mini grips this year, and I guess the standard full-size grip in mini or in 20CV, also very cool. But the mini is really the one that I carry the most and love the most, and so that would be my choice. Why isn't it on the stage? Why don't I actually have it? Well, funny story. My good buddy Everyday Tactical Vids reached out to me and said, "Can I use some of your footage in my Benchmade Griptilian review?" I said, "Well, why don't you just use the knives?" And so I mailed him out the knives. He got a box and no knives. And so I put in a claim with USPS. They're moving about as slow on the claim as they do with everything else. So we'll see if I get my money back, but or get some money back for that. But that's the case. And that's the reason why I don't have that one to show to you. But we're going to leave the full-size grip there in its place. Those are really impressive knives this year. I think that the changes, the upgrades, I don't know, the new version of the grip and mini grip is super cool. I love that G10 handle scale. The gray with that vibrant blue is a really cool combination there. The deep carry pocket clip, of course, and just everything else about it. I love the 20CV steel as well, and the testing I've done with it. Just love how it performs. So I'm going to say the mini grip, but you know, the full-size grip is kind of standing in its place today. And again, love them this year. Next on the list, you see this one coming. You probably already know what it is. How about you listen to it and then tell me if you know it? You recognize that? How about this? Catch that? Do you know it yet? You should. Spyderco Paramilitary 2, of course. Now, the last Paramilitary 2 I showed you, I think it was in 2015, was my black-handled one. That is no longer with me. That one now belongs to Hank Strange. So I needed the new one. And of course, we went for the CPM S35 VN version, which is also fantastic with the brown scales, really cool looking. Any Paramilitary 2 is excellent. And this is the one that I'm sporting most frequently now. Paramilitary 2 is probably going to be on every end-of-year list, in my opinion. I just don't see it ever going away. It's just a fantastic knife. You know that, I know that. Next, I bet you guys probably saw this one coming too, based on what you've seen reviews from me this year. Because if you've been watching and you know what knives I've raved about, you know I was nuts about this one. Just absolutely loved it. By the way, we didn't cover prices, did we? The mini grip of the 20CV is $165 or so. The CRKT $40 or so. The Para 2 about, what is it, $150, $160 for this version. Any other version, you'll go from $125 to $145, I think. Just trying to keep prices out there for those of you who are interested in them. Next, though, on the list is, you saw it coming, you knew it, Benchmade 940-2. I declared this to be the best of the line, the best version of the Osborne in the entire line. Better than 943, in my opinion, and better than the standard 940, 940-1 as well in carbon fiber, because this one's balanced so much better, in my opinion. It's just perfect. It is perfect in every way, shape, and form. I love that vibrant green, those back spacers too, those little pillars I should call them. What else can I say about it? It's just a really cool update on the design, on the type. And as much as I've always wanted an original 940, a standard 940, and you know, I'll never say never, but I don't think I'm going to get one. The 940-2, in my opinion, is better than the original, and I freaking love it. Yeah. S30V steel on it, great design. Yeah, that is absolutely on the top 5 list for 2016. And I can't believe we're almost done with the video, but let's get into it anyway. We're now down to the last guy. And remember guys, when I started off this video I said, these are not necessarily ones that had the most pocket time. These are just ones that really impressed me this year, that I still am kind of goo-goo gaga over. Alright, so with that in mind, here is the number 1 on the list. Microtech Bounty Hunter. Did you see that coming? You should have. If you saw my video on it, you should have. This dude is, this is one heck of a knife. Obviously, the Microtech Ultratex are terrific out the front knives, OTF knives. I love the action on them. I love the size of them, the design. They're just beautiful. So many cool versions of them. And I'm looking at, which version is it I'm looking at? Maybe I won't say because somebody will beat me to it. But yeah, there's a number of other versions of it that I'm kind of waiting for / hoping will come out because I'm really interested in other Ultratex. Not necessarily Star Wars ones, just other versions of it. It's just got so much going for it aesthetically. Cool factor is just through the roof, right, with that out the front action. Oh, so reliable, so fast, so powerful. Glass breaker on it, of course, and all that. So the Ultratech in general is just one of my favorite knives, and you may see an Ultratech, you know, almost every year going forward. We'll see. But this version, the Bounty Hunter, really did it for me. I mean, this, obviously when they released some of those, the Jedi Master and Jedi Knight versions, where they were sort of blue-bladed and red-bladed lightsaber type of things, those were really cool, and I was severely tempted to buy one of those. When I found out, though, that the Bounty Hunter version, the Boba Fett version of it was coming out, who doesn't love Boba Fett? I mean, come on, if you know about Star Wars, you probably love Boba Fett. When I realized that was coming out, I said, okay, whatever it costs, I'm down for it. I'm setting the money aside and I'm going to buy it, and I did. So there it is, the Microtech Bounty Hunter. You can complain about that blade shape and say, or the blade profile, I should say, and go, well, it's fully serrated. When am I ever going to use that? How am I ever going to resharpen it if I do use it? And that's a valid concern. But that's not why I bought it. I didn't buy it because I wanted it to be a user. I bought it because this is a collector, and this is a very aesthetically just does it for me, man. It does it for me. For those of you that are wondering, I got number 41. Number 41, dudes. Yeah, eat your hearts out. Low number there, right? And I don't know what the heck they're up to now. In the thousands, I think. But they sold a ton of them. And what does this go for when it is in stock? About 290 bucks. Yeah, topping just about 300 bucks for this knife. But if you are into OTFs, if you're okay with spending money on an Ultratech, you'll probably be okay with spending the money on this guy right here. All of them are custom, distressed, custom, they're very, like a fingerprint, different in every way. Some of them have wear in very similar places, but none of it's identical. That right there tells me that this is just, it's a hugely cool collector. And again, that is why I bought it, and that's why it is on the list for 2016. The Microtech Bounty Hunter, Benchmade 940-2, the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 in S35VN, the mini-griptilian -1s, the Ruger follow-through. Those are my top 5, and don't forget the honorable mention there, the ZKC D01. Thanks so much for watching, guys. That's been my top 5 knives of 2016 on the Late Boy Scout. Do subscribe if you never did that. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for much more. We'll see you.